So on this page we made the flap up. So we are going to work on this further. So first thing is grab another piece, and I want to make it same size as this large flap, and I want to keep it just a slightly smaller, just to be in case, just to be sure. Okay, so let's see what kind of page we want on here. Make a flippity flop on the long side. Of course that is not wide enough, but you can manage that. Okay, so let's fold our flippity flop, and I'm going to attach this on top of this flap. So I don't want this to go all the way down. So I'm going to cut this, and I think, what shall we leave again? A 1/2 inch. Yeah, I think that's nice. So I'm going to hold that, and I'm going to make it a 1/2 inch shorter. Okay, so let's apply our top page. It's not awake just yet. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Come to mama. I think there was a little thing in. Yep, here it is. Good morning, just a little struggling opening. Okay, here we are. Just glue it down right on that flap. See if I'm straight. Here I am. Okay. Now the bottom flap is just a little shorter, so I had to make it a little away from this edge. So I'm going to cut just a little. Let's mark it. Going to cut just a little away from this edge, just to be sure. So I'm going to cut this, and then I'll be back in 1 second for the next piece. Okay, now grabbing another piece of paper, and I'm going to make a flip up. So again, I want to cut this same, but then a 1/2 inch shorter each side. So this is 9 inches, so I'm going to cut it by 8. So I have place for that 1/2 inch, and oh, let's see, I think it was this way. Oh yeah. So I'm going to make another hinge on the bottom. Hold it. Let's see if I'm going to apply this on the bottom. Then I want also a 1/2 inch away from the top. So that does not need that perfect, just to give you little measurements. Oh. Then of course we're going to glue that down. And so if I am correct, we have in all three sizes that 1/2 inch opening. Okay. What else can we do? So this is going down, this is going up, and we have this extra flap. So we did already pretty much on this. And then I think I want to make a closure for this page. This can be held with a magnet. So I am going to attach a magnet right here on top. Tape. Just using my tape. I'm not sure where I want to make my other magnet, so I will keep it just to be sure that I don't forget the magnet, but we'll see where to put it later. Okay, so that should be closed right here, but this one I also want to be closed. With that we can make a nice little flap on top here. What do you think about a fancy one? Still have this piece left, so perhaps it's nice to make a nice flap on top here. So what do you think? Yeah, I want to make it this size, so I'm going to eyeball this in the middle. This should be the middle, and then I'm going to make a mark. I'm going to cut this. Okay, that's the correct size. Well, it could be just a little further. Alright. Then I'm going to cut the edges a little straighter. That's not perfectly, but we can do that later. And now we want this a little higher. We need that space for the magnet. So what do you say? Let's see. We need it definitely to go here. That's about 1.5 down. Well, I think one is all. No. 1.5. I'm going to be 1.5 down. From here, from the top here, so make a little reminder of that. Same here where I want to glue it down. So first I'm going to cut this piece shorter, and that is from here. I'll just make first a hinge. So here I want my hinge. Oh yeah, this is going to be a fun page. Cool. So make a hinge. Let's cut it shorter. Let's fold this. Now, first I'm going to cut this little straighter, and then I'll be back in 1 sec. Okay, I made it ready. I already cut a piece for the back, but I also need some for the back too. So I'm going to apply this closure And then I put a magnet on and see how things go further. So what I'm going to do is see how this goes, because I really need to shivel a little. Because I want to keep this straight. Just go a little to the left. Yeah, this is perfect. Okay, let's burnish our glue down. So we made a little closure for the top. Okay, that's cool. Need a magnet. Place that in the middle to be sure that I have enough space. Grab another magnet, cut it. Close this pocket. Okay. Yeah. So far so good. So I really like this fancy closure. And I want to make a pocket, I think, a nice pocket or a nice big belly band, so we can make a nice decoration on that belly band. That's also a nice thing to do. What do you say? Yeah, let's make a nice belly band, but I really want to make a belly band that definitely fits these cards. So, because I have a lot of these cards left, so I want to make sure that this fits. So let's measure this piece. And these are 3.5, so at least 4. That's enough space. So I want to make a tunnel that's 4 inches wide, and that still fits here on the bottom. So yeah, let's make a tunnel. Okay. Yeah, let's grab another piece of paper. And let's move this along. Let's grab the bigger one. Okay, so we're going to score. If I want to make it 4, and I'm keeping it aside at 4, make a mark, and then I'm going to score it again. That's just my way of doing it. Cutting it. There you go. That's that for the tunnel. Now let's see how deep we want this. So this fits perfect. Now I want to be at least 1 inch away from each side. So let's measure this. This is 8, so this I'm going to cut at 6. Yep. Let's cut this at 6. So, well, I don't think this is 6. Well, that's a little problem with the fish cards. The 6-inch measure thing is not. Oh, yeah, okay. Nothing been said. This is 6. Okay, so we have plenty of place to put on each side something in here. So that is good. That's good, 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 good. And this flips open. Do I want something beneath this belly band? You can do a little pocket. why not? Okay, so let's make a little pocket underneath this belly band. So that means that we are going to make a hinge. Hey! Let's make a hinge. Hold it. And that we are going to place this down here. And we can cut this down completely the same size. Could have done that earlier, but forgot. So I'm sorry. Oh, this is a little thick. Anyway, so and then we are going to measure exactly the same size as our belly band. So I want to make a hinge on this side too. I just wanted to make a slightly smaller so nothing comes underneath. Okay, so now we have a belly band that goes on top of here. Well, it's not quite a belly band, but yes. Well, I don't know. Wait, just a second. Say this is going to be on here. I think I want to make a nice cut out with my round punch. Let's see which size. Oh, I think this one. But I always have trouble with this doing, so I'm going to do that after I put some design paper on, I think. Yeah, because I'm always having trouble with that. So I'm first going to put some design paper on this, and then I'll be back in 1 sec. Stay tuned. Okay, so far so good. I can't help myself. I always try to use all my scraps, so I made another patchwork layout. I love it. And that's just because we are just going to cover it with this nice thing I cut out from the paper, and I glued some double chipboard. Well, this is a very thin chipboard and I glued it double, so afterwards it nice pops out. So I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to do that later. First I want this belly band glue on here, but as I promised I will, when I hope I get it right, I will leave a nice little cut. Oops, yep, did it good, did it good, did it good. And same thing on here. See if I am just a little same. Yep, here it goes. Now I want to only smooch this just a little, nothing else, only this. There we go. So yeah, that went perfect, I think. Yep, here it goes. And then we just glue this down on this pocket. Only the hinges, of course, nothing under the hinges. Okay, now glue this down on this pocket. I want to see, I made the pocket just a slightly smaller, so I'm just going to pick it up and wiggle a little. So the pocket is nicely tucked under. Just going to cut a little of these edges away just to make sure that the hinges are not coming underneath the belly band. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so let's burnish that down. And to make sure that our things that go in and out, our tags, are not going in the way with these hinges, perhaps it's nice. Diane, wait till the glue is dry. I always like to encourage my pockets a little. Perhaps it's nice to make a nice background color to cover up these hinges, so your belly band is easier to go in and out. What do you think? So let's choose a nice background cover. This is not long enough. This is not wide enough. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's use this piece. Can I use it? Nope, this is not. So I'm just going to cut completely the same size as the background, just leaving a nice little edge. Nice little edge. That's where I want it. And then it does not have completely, but I want definitely cover up the hinges. So that is how I am going to cut this piece. Okay, I'm doing a little smooching on the edges. Let's see if it fits. It should be. Ooh, perfect. I want to glue it down. Yeah. Good. Okay, so that is for the belly band. Cool. So yeah, you can slide small things in, and even one at this side. So you can, or you can make a larger one, but this is the idea. So we can get these in and out. That is the idea. Okay, that's for that. That's for the idea. Okay, so let's grab our big page back. And okay, pocket on the back. I thought this was, yeah, this was the correct. And now I just glue this pocket and belly band on top here, nicely in the middle. Okay, don't forget glue the bottom of your pocket, otherwise you don't have a pocket. Can't say that enough. Close that pocket. Okay, I'm now going to apply this nicely at the bottom, and I'm not going to measure. You can eyeball this a little if you want. Okay, burnish it down. let that dry for a second. And now you still have a place to close this down. And then we can cover this up and behind the pocket. Cool. I really love that. And then this on top. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, I like it. Okay, what else? Okay, so this closes up. This is the closure. Can cover that up with some nice paper. Then this flips down. What shall we do in here? We can make a large pocket, but I will see that in a sec. You need to cover up first these strips before you know anything what to do inside of here. So anyway, then this closes down and then this flips up. And then we have this flap. Wow, lots of things going on. Okay, I will do a little decoration first on top of here, and then cover this up and cover the back pocket up, and then I'll be back in 1 second. Then you see it more. Okay, all right. Okay, so far so good. Really want to show you. So I cover up the front of this closure, the back of this closure, and I cut out this design paper, use the same color as this back, and then this front is already ready. So I can put something in here if I want. I can leave it out. It's no problem at all. You can do anything with it. So even make a nice colorly tag or anything, or you can put something in here. So okay, so that is for that. So now you see we have this white edge all along. So it's nice to use that. At least for these two strips I want to use the same color. And then I want to see if I will use the same color on here too. Perhaps a nice frame. That's also very nice to use on this. Wow. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. A nice frame for all the same 4 sizes. So yeah, that is a great idea for making a nice photo mat on here, because we don't have any magnets on here, so we can make a nice photo mat with a nice frame, so that covers up all these nice edges all the same. That's that. And then what for the next thing I'm going to do, and then on here I want to do also a photo frame, so you have picture. So because this I want to be nice flat, and then we go to this part. Okay, yep, stay tuned. Okay, well, first thing I need to tell you, well, I was doing my page this morning and filming everything. Suddenly when I was making, going to film the inside, there was a line in between here. So I suddenly noticed that, and then I thought, okay, now really my old camera is dead. First the battery was a little itchy, but now the image, the how you call that, well, anyway, yeah, it was time for me to buy another camera. So I went out for this afternoon searching a little. I did search earlier, But anyway, I went to a large city, larger than where I live in a little town, so nothing much on it. So I have to move to a larger city, so I have a good service and a good explanation on different cameras. And now I have a new one, and don't know exactly. And anyway, it's again a Sony, and it's a little bit larger, so I had to adjust my arm where it's attached to, because this is a little larger and it gets in the way, so I had to adjust that. So I hope everything else it would be the same. I hope so. Let's see how quick it focused. Well, it does focus really good. Yay. Anyway, so yeah, I hope I have the things that you can adjust in the camera. I hope I have everything. So I don't know if the light is perfect. I will see that when I am editing, and if it's not, then I will do in the next tutorial adjust that better. So, but I think I got it. I need to look up a little higher because yeah, I had to adjust my attachment arm. Don't know if that, I use a selfie stick anyway, but okay, so yeah, I need to look up higher anyway. Yeah, but blah blah blah, let's continuing this page. Gosh, this is so awkward. Also, I forgot to turn off the here we go. Okay, so we do not get any disturbing, yeah. We don't want to get disturbed. Okay, so do we have everything? Yeah, I think we do. Everything set? Yeah, let's go. So, what we had? Oh yeah, we did had pocket. Well, this is the big belly band pocket on the back, and then I covered up this. And how you call that? Yeah, I made a nice frame for the back. I can't remember if I already told you that, but I covered up with a nice brown frame from the design paper, and I used the light piece from the cardstock. That's what I use. And then in here I use also the leftover pieces for a nice frame. So yeah, we have two nice frames. I thought that is very nice to let it come back. So that is for the top page, and then we go and then we flip this up, and I thought it would be nice to make this as a big pocket. So I already covered it up with a little color. And we're going to make a hinge. So let's cut this in the right angle. Does not need to be all the way up, because I have an angle, a corner cut out already. So we are going to cut this. Use this same side. This was just a leftover, so that's why my hinge is not equal, but that is no worries. It's still good. Okay, so glue this on. Here we are. Use this on the back. Gosh, I have a little light flash in my eye. I think this lamp is a little too... Oh yeah, that's way better. I was getting a little blind. That's not what I want, of course. See all evening lights in my eyes. Anyway, I really hope that the light is still perfect. But I only can see that later because this image is so damn small. Oh, not curse, do not curse. We don't want to curse. on YouTube. Okay, so now I put some glue on and now we can close the pocket. Here we are. Burnish it down. And then we have a large pocket. Okay, so yeah, we can decorate this. And well, what do you think? What do you think? We have 2 pockets already here. And I don't know if there is, because we're going to put something in here too. So what do you want? Can we make, I don't think that we can do a lot more on here. Perhaps a nice layout. That would be nice for a nice picture, because we already have a pocket here. So I think it's nice to make here another nice layout for writing something down or put a nice photo. So what do you think? I think I will do that. Yeah. So back in 1 second. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I finished it up, and again, yeah, you always see this, how this goes anyway. And then on the inside, you see me doing it fast forward. I always wanted to use leftover pieces, and especially for something that's on the back. So yeah, I used some design paper. You saw that this was a little not straight, so I covered it up with this nice lace, so it's not that inside that it's not perfectly straight. And then I made just a quick booklet. I do not know if I want to make a nice big tag or a booklet in here, but for now I will make just a plain simple booklet inside, and I will cover that up later. And then on here I choose the size, the ATC size, and I just thought this was fun, so you can write something down here. And I thought one little thing was too less, not much, so I wanted to add just an extra little flippable thing on this page. And then this all closes up. So what do you think? I think this page is really heavy and thick. Yeah, I really like how this turns out. So yeah, we need, of course, something in here too, just real quick. Does not have to be the exact same things, but let's put something in here as well. So this is just a bit how it should be looking like. So, okay, what do you think? Cool, I like it. Alright, so let's see what's next. Okay, so now we're on that point where we made four pages already done. And I made the spine quite large because I wanted to add as much flowers as possible, because I just wanted to do that some a time, and I thought, well, this will be the time for it. So that is why I made the spine pretty wide. It really is wide, and the papers are already running out. Well, how much do I have left? I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, well, at least just a little 4. So I have 4 full sheets and these 2 half ones. So I think it's the time to make that decision what to do on the inside covers, to make it a little thicker, and then cover it up all with flowers and embellishments. And yeah, so I'm first going to keep this away for just a sec and first work on the inside covers. So that is the first thing I'm going to do too. Okay, stay tuned. Now before, just before I am going to work on the inside covers, what shall we do on the outside? Do we want a closure for this big one? Well, I always think that a closure is always good. So yeah, I'm just going to use that, and I really love my big crystal closure. So that is what I'm going to do. So I did already sometime in an earlier video how I apply it, but I'm just going to do that just again. Just keep the camera rolling. So I'm going to see where I want this, nicely in the middle and not too close to the side. So I'm just going to apply this a little further. So I want it right there. So I'm just grabbing my crocodile and then make a nice punch. There we go. And now this is just a button with a little a little eye on this, and this eye goes completely in the chipboard. So I'm just going to push that in and see how far this goes out. And this goes just a little out. Hope you can see that, just a little. And we're going to make that, keep that there with this little paper clip. So first what I wanted to do is make sure that this is going to be staying put in here. So I'm just going to use my hot glue. And I'm just applying some around this. Then I'm going to back in. Here we go. So the button is actually going to glue in here, but also don't want my hot glue. Oh, let's keep it there. I'm not going to wait too long, otherwise my little hole is not usable with the glue, of course. So I'm just going to punch a hole in my little piece, and I just think that I already waited a little too long, but I just want it. Oh, I hope I did not ruin. Let's grab an old one. Okay, because I really want to attach my paper clip on. Yeah, here I have a little hole. So let's see if this is already going in. So punching this a little out. So we have a little place where we can tuck this in. Gosh, I need a little help here. Help, we need somebody help. Alright, let's turn this over. Okay, let's see if I get it to here. There is a little hole. Yeah, the glue makes it harsh, but really the glue, yeah, you see now, there is a little hole. So why not going in? Go in. Oh, yeah, it did it, but I went through the paper. Well, I see you coming out of here, but I don't want you to go in my paper. Hallelujah. Oh yeah. We have plenty of time. We do. So this is going to be in here, perhaps with my oh yeah, let's use two hands, lift this up. Come on. Gosh, this is terrible. Oh yeah. Ta-ta-da-da. Here we go. So I'm just going to pull this all the way as far as I can get, and then I'm just going to apply this with some tape, and then it will be settled down, so I can glue something on here and it will be not noticed after we are done with the inside cover. But now this knob is not going anywhere. That is what the plan was. Where is my tape? So I'm just going to secure it. I'm going to secure my paper clip. Here we go. So okay, this is really not going anywhere. Your button, and you can use any button, These are really to be found in any nice big sewing store, knit store. Well, anyway, where you have buttons, you will find it. And if you don't find a crystal one, then just use whatever you like to use. You also have nice white one with golden things on it. So yeah, but this I always like to use these big buttons. So cool, especially on a big album. So yeah, it's kind of a doorknob. Okay, so now the next thing is making a little attachment on the back for using anything you like. You can use elastic like this, or you can use a nice ribbon. It's also a possibility. Or if you can use seam binding, and you know I like using seam binding, so I'm just going to use again some seam binding. I always like that on this method. But I'm going to color it a little. But how much do we need? Well, we need, let's say, oh my gosh, where was the beginning? Oh, here was the beginning. We need at least enough to make this as a, how you call this, a ribbon. So, okay, that should be, this is quite enough to make a nice ribbon, but I want to make it double because I really like the vintage look of it. So I think I'm just going to, just to be sure, I'm going to make a nice color 2 meters, just a small 2 meters. So that is what I'm going to DIY it in a nice color. So I think this should do it. Oh yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, so again I'm going to turn this over and see where my middle is. And that's right here. I think, yeah, just make a nice hole again. Here is it. You don't want to be too far, that's no need. There we go. Then I want an eyelet. This eyelet is a little too big. Oh, I forgot to turn off my phone. Anyway, but this eyelet is a little too big for my hole, so I made it a little bigger. And then I'm going to make sure that this is closed. There we go. Okay, so now I can attach anything I like. So first I'm going to color this, and well, let's stay tuned and I will let you know how I do that. But which color do you want? I can make the pink one. Shall we make a pink one? Because I do have this nice color, Victorian velvet. So let's see what the color is. I'm going to search for the same color as this, but if that do not work, I will use a blue one, but I hope it will work. Stay tuned. Okay, so what I need is, for now, this ink pad. And I'm just going to apply, and this material is a same material to bake, so it's a non-stick bake stuff. Oh my gosh, I really am so terrible using these words. Anyway, I'm just applying some on this non-stick material, just applying some water on it, because this ink is perfect with water. I'm just going to apply my ribbon on it. Oh, it's not going all the way to my fingers, but anyway. Oh, and even the paint is coming off. Oh, I really like that. It's no big deal. Did not clean it very well last thing. So this is going to be really nice. I want to add just a little more. And now without water, so we get a nice vintage color. So we get some dark spots and some light spots. That is just how I like it. Add some more water. Just going to play with it. God, I really like the white spots in it. Paint. Okay, so squeeze it. So all the paint, well, not the paint. Oh my gosh. I still forgot leaving the sound off. Okay, so what do you think? I think it's a nice color, but it's darker, I think, than when I will dry it. I know, but I will let it dry. You can use a hot gun. No, hot. Anyway, so, oh my gosh, the words lately are really spinning around, and I'm not going I want to grab it for you guys. A hot tool. Call this thing, Diane. Heat and heating tool. Heat tool. Oh yeah. Well, let's attach it and let's use it. Keep your ears closed. But I just want to let you see how this is going to turn out when it's dry. We have the time, don't we? Yeah, we do. Keep playing with it till it's dry. I think I like the color. Wow, this is really a nice color. What do you think? Let's squeeze it a little, because I want some wrinkles in it. It's not completely dry, but you get the point. Well, let's grab the album. Oh yeah, I think this does it. Wow, really like it. Victorian velvet. Cool. So this color is going to be this color. And I use seam binding and I believe the eggshell, so it's not completely white, but I really like it. Yeah, I think this does it perfectly. Yeah. Okay, so now that is done. Now we want to attach this. It's not completely dry, but almost. Need a little more winkles. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, so I am just going to use this for the middle, because I want to add more, well not more, but I want to add, I'm just going to, same as I do with my tags, just going to attach these in here, in that little hole, same as I do on tags. I just make this to the hole, see, and then make it a nice pull, and then we attach this good, and this is still on this side pretty flat, so yeah, this is perfect. Okay, now clean this up. I want to show you how I'm going to attach this. Well, say for just 1 sec, I'm going to show you. It's not completely high as I want it, but say that this is, okay, so this is your album, and now grab your 2 strings, make a loss, same as you want to use your ribbon closure, but I don't want to make a knob. So push this around the bottom and then just make a nice ribbon. That's that. That is all it takes. Now I really want to cut these little pieces off. Okay. And that's that, and the rest I just leave it. So this is how it looks like when it's completely finished. Okay, I always like this closure. Yeah, and when you open it up, you're just grabbing 2 strings and just that. So that is why I don't make a knob. Normally you will make first a knob and then make the bow. But with this closure I will not, because otherwise you have to peel it off under the button, and that's not nice. And I always like to use 2 strings, so you have a nice little vintage bow. Okay, that is for the closure. So now we go to the inside covers. And I think I have a nice idea to make it a little fuller. Okay, so now we have done the closure. Let's see what I want for the back of here. I have something in my mind and I hope it will work out. So let's grab a large piece of paper. Don't have much, but still have a few. And the meaning is that I like to make a big expandable box, so you can put something in here like extra photos, extra journals, or anything what you want to keep in here. So I want to make a large expandable one. So let's see how I can arrange that. So first I'm going to apply a hinge for applying it on the cover. Then I want to make it expandable, so I want to make it, well, so first I scored it at a 1/2 inch, and then 1, 2, yeah, I think that's enough. So the next line I want to score is, guys, I'm terrible to see that. So I score it at a 1/2 inch and at, oh yeah, 3/4. Always forgetting that, and it's really hard to see that in the first line. So that is that. So I'm going to fold this, and I'm going to make sure that I'm cutting this in a later stage, the right direction. But first I want to make sure that these are steady. Okay, so that is that for the expandable piece. Yes, now grabbing the album back. Now I am going to apply it flat. Well, it's not going to be flat, of course, but for the measurement we need that. So now I'm going to make sure that I'm just covered just a little over this white one on the bottom. So just overlapping it just a little, and then again I'm just going to overlap it on the other side. So let's grab our scoreboard back again, and then we are going to apply a fold line first on that mark, and from that mark we want that 1/8 again to this side right here. So I'm just going to 1, 2, so that's 1/8. Is it 1/8 or 1/4? I believe that's 1/4. Oh my gosh. And then I'm going to apply that 1/2 inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But we can cut that also. We can cut that. Oh, sorry for the noise. Always very noisy, but I really love that one. So, okay, let's fold it again. Make that little expandable one, fold line. Okay, so now we have this. We have the hinge and we have that expandable one. So take a good look. This is the expandable one, and we have that on each side. Okay, so that is that. Now we are going to see how long I want this. I want this, well, keep this just because I really want this to be closed as possible, as good as it can. So nope. We need, of course, to make the back too. So grab our scoreboard, and of course I'm going to make same 1/2 inch, and then at 1/8. Yeah, that is what we need. Now let's cut this because we don't want any bulk. So I'm going to cut just a little angle. So in this angle I'm just going to cut it just a little, but we need to cut all the way to that expandable edge. Okay, fold it. Okay, so now we created, oh still, well first first we really need to make that noise away. So sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so now this is going to be our back, like that. Yeah, so we actually made a nice box kind of a thing. Okay, that's that. So now we can see how wide this is going to be. Now I really like that this is not going to be all the way to the end. It can be, but I don't want that. So I want just a little away from it. Not a ½ inch, well, say, let's say 1/8 about. It's not a big deal. But just staying away just 1/8. So that's for here enough. And then what I want to do is not going all the way to the end. I also like to keep out, well, let's say, how wide shall we do that? 1 inch. I think a ½ inch is too wide. Well, I think 3/4 is enough. Yeah. So I'm going to cut. How more large is this? This is about 2 inches shorter. That is going to do that. Just cutting it off. Here we go. So that is that. For the expandable big box. So yeah, this is good. This is perfect. We still have lots of place for grabbing in our stuff. That's enough. So yeah, let's apply this on here. And no, this is too short to make, I think this is too short because we need that hinge and we need that expandable. So I need another piece of this one. But anyway, first I'm going to attach this box on these papers. So first I want is make this underneath here. And then just going to see how this goes. Oh yeah, I think this is the perfect one. Yeah, and I really need to apply it with wet glue, I think, and a bit tape, because I don't want to go all the way in and not all the way out, and I really want to wiggle a little. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply, yeah, first I'm going to apply a little wet glue. That needs a little longer to dry. That is what I'm going to apply in the middle. All the way around. Oh, not inside. Keep this clear. And then I'm going to apply this one just on the edges. This always needs a little more work to open it up. Oh yeah, here it goes. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to start at the end, keeping that 1/8 in mind. Then I go see on the bottom if it's straight, and then I'm going to go on the other side and see if that is straight. Just use your bone folder to work a little, or your ruler. Just be gentle and place it on the right spot. And the bottom piece is good. Good to go. Just using my ruler to push it down. Because we don't have any other place to work on. I'm going all the way to the back, and I'm trying to push that down. Let that glue be pushed all the way. Okay. Now I'm going to use my fingers also a little to adjust the glue, especially on the sides. So I think that's that. Okay. Let's say this needs a little in. That is why I really liked using that wet glue too. So now we can work a little. Yep, here we go. Perfect. So all we put in here, that's still nice to pull out. And yeah, I think it is. Really, you can put lots of stuff in here. Let's make the closure for this one. So we want that to make also expandable. So let's see if I have a nice piece left. Yep, here we go. This is a nice piece. So I'm first going to make sure that this is the correct size. So I want to overlap just a little from that other white piece we already placed on the bottom. Okay, let's see if that still fits. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's make another expandable piece. So first a 1/2 inch and then that 1/8 extra. Fold it. Is that expandable piece. Now how wide do we want this to go? Because this is going to right here at this bottom. So how wide? Well, that totally depends on what I put on here, because I really want something to do more on top of this. I want to make a little what did I want? Oh yeah, I want to make a little waterfall on top of this, just because it can. Because otherwise this is plain, and I really like a waterfall onto it. So I'm going to leave this for just a sec and first see, because I think I want a 6x4 waterfall, special for if you want to use these. Yeah, and these are, I think these are 5 1/4. So perhaps it's nice to make it 5.5 for the white paper. 5.5 and 3 3/4. Write that down. I'm always forgetting. So I want to cut my white in 3 3/4, but we need that in hinge plus and half. So that should be 1 2 3 4. So that should be 4 1/4. Going to try that out for just in a minute and see if that fits nice. And then this one is 5 1/2. So I'm going to try that out to cut it and see if that's the good measurement. So please skip for just a sec. Okay, I cut them all out, so that's really easy to cut first your papers in 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Let's zoom that in. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then you score a 1/2 inch on the long side, of course, and then I cut out 8 pieces, and that is my base. And I'm going to cut out a piece that's the same size, so that's 5 1/2 to work on. I really like this method, and it's safe if I do any mistaking, gluing it not perfectly or anything, then I can make another one. So that is, and I really like this method first. So I'm going to apply my first one right on top my extra page, my extra piece of paper. Make sure you are straight, and that's the reason why I cut it the same size. So this is also a nice guideline for me. Okay, let's pull this up and let's make the second waterfall piece. And I'm just applying it right against the end of that first hinge, and again see if this is nice straight. And when you do, check if this up is also nice straight, and then just keeping applying every single waterfall page. Check, yeah, that's good. And check if this is straight. Check. We like to check. It's really easy. This is really an easy method, but if you have an easier way to do it, then just do it. Now this is number 5. No, this is number 6 already. Just against the other one. Flip it over. Next one. Flip it over. And the last one, then we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 8 pieces. Here we go. Okay, so now we have all. Cool. So now let's see, grabbing the album back, how this turns out. Gosh, on white you see everything. So let's say, where do we want this? Well, you can see the end of this page, this last waterfall, and perhaps it's nice to do them all the way around equal. So we have that space here, and I want to make the same space right here. So just going to eyeball it, and then I'm going to cut this piece. that is how I do it. So now before I'm going to glue that down, I have that, and I'm going to see the end of this. The end of this, I like the same height as here too. So that is how I apply. I can cut this down if I like. I can still make it a little shorter, and I will, just a little. So for me it's easier to see. Oh yeah, this is better. Okay, so I am going to apply this on here, but before I do that, you can decide if you want to cover up that inside. I always like that, but that's just an option. And especially when we do not glue it down yet, perhaps it's a nice way to use ribbon or anything you like. And the reason why that is really nice to use is, where's the end? I'm going to show you. So I'm going to apply some tape, nice in the middle. That is my cutter. Peel it off. And then apply your ribbon or anything you want to apply. Okay, lift it up, and now you just have to put this underneath here. So that's that, and now I can apply that on each thing, and I really like that, so it's a nice covering up. So I'm going to do that all the way, and then I'll come back with you and see what else can we do. Okay, let's see how far I get. What I did is I pick up some leftover pieces and I glued all bottom downs with design paper. So we have already covered that up, because if you want to put some photos on here, and that is the reason why we use a waterfall, if you want to cover up all design paper, I think that's a waste of paper, because you want to glue your photos on. So that is why I only glued on the bottom. I think I will do same on here, but that's not necessary. But yeah, I also make my ribbon on and my design paper. So now it's time to put this on here. So what I did already is cut out a few strings, the right sizes, and I glue them down just to help with this piece that I did. And the reason why I did not do the bottom one is because we have this left. So it's nice to cover that all up. So yeah, now before I'm going to glue this down, I wanted to make a closure, of course, for keeping this belly band closed. And I want to use a bronze element. And because bronze element is already metal, so I don't have to put any magnets in here. It's only necessary that you put your magnets on top of this, and then I attached a ribbon between, because I used two, and I used some glue, and I used the glossy accent glue. This one, it's really awesome for metal. I just made some pins on it so it can glue, so it can dry. So yeah, now I'm going to attach this, but like I said before I did that, I attached my ribbon, and so now I'm going to first apply my piece, and I used a little double-sided tape so it attached quicker. Peel it off all the way around. I used some double-sided tape. Now I'm going to apply some wet glue on it too. Here we go. Okay, so now put this here and let's apply this on the right spot nicely all the way around. Now we can't push really hard because of the expandable box beneath, so I'm going to lift my pages up and trying to be gentle and move it a little. So my tape and my glue is nice attached to my bottom paper. Just take your time with it because we don't want to ruin the box beneath it. Well, it's not a box, it's a pocket, but it's a big pocket. So we don't want to lose that. Okay, so on the bottom we can apply just a little. Alright, so that is that. Now I'm going to grab my other piece that I already cut in the right length, no, the right thickness. So now I'm going to apply this on here on the bottom. So we cover up the bottom of this paper, my my little help. Let this dry carefully because this is going to attach my ribbon all the way to the bottom. So I want to let that dry for a sec. And then, you can apply all nice photos on here, on every page. So I think I will keep the inside plain because we have enough going on already. So yeah, that is the base. And before I put my magnets on, I will leave this for just a sec. I don't think, is it dry yet? No, it's not completely dry yet, so I'm just going to wait for just a moment to keep that dry before I put my magnets on. Okay, so what else can we do? Well, we can make that pocket we made on here, the closure at least. So the meaning is that we apply this right here on the end of this white paper underneath, and then see how wide we are going to get. And what kind of a closure do we want? I really like magnets, so we can go all the way down. If I want to use a ribbon closure, then we need that space to keep here a ribbon and here a ribbon. And because this is already thick, we can't go nicely all the way around. So I really like to use a magnet. So I'm just going to apply this all along this edge, and then really need, of course, cutting from this area. Okay, so I'm just going to make a mark, and from here we are going to apply it. I think I want to use the same corner punch as I did on the waterfall, so it's nicely serene with the waterfall. Okay, so let's attach this to here and then see how it goes further than that. So we really want this to be equal. Yep, and there it is. Okay, so let's attach this. So now we are covering up this closure, ribbon closure. So that's perfect. Okay, just lining this up against that little strip over there, and then I'm just going to apply right here my closure for the pocket. Just holding it before I open it down and burnish it down, and just a little, give it a little hand right here so it's nicely attached on the corners before I go lift it up. Ooh, that's too wide. Yep. Okay, now I can lift it up, and it's still not. We can work it. We can work it. Okay. Now I'm just holding it and burnish that down. Let that glue dry nicely to the papers. Meantime, I'm peeling off some tape from my sweater. Oh good. Anyway, let's dry that glue nicely also here on that ribbon. Okay, now we did good. Good, perfect. So yeah, that attached good. Let's apply some nice paper in here. We can use just a solid one. Let's see what we have left. Well, this is not a good side. Always checking first what you have left in your stash. Perhaps this one should work. So yeah, let's use this one. So I'm going to apply the same size as my flap, exactly the same size, so it fits nice. Okay, let's see if that fits in here. In that pocket we need to go here. So that's nice. So cover it up a little with some distress ink for the edges. Only using some wet glue. Okay, let's put this in here, in that big pocket where we can put so many things in. Yep, here we go. Okay, burnish that glue down. Alright, so, yep, there we go. Oh, thank God. Thank God I used wet glue. Girl, you don't need to cover up oh, my expandable hinge. Oh my gosh. Oh, so glad I used this glue. Oh yeah. Okay, go in and stay on the first fold line, not the second. I thought, why does that not close very good? Go girl. Okay, glad it's white so you don't see my mistake. Okay, so here we go. That's better. Cool. Got a short heart attack. Okay, so yeah, let's cover this flap up with some nice paper. But before we're going to do that, I want to add my magnet. And let's do that together. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so I'm just going to apply this about in the middle, and then one up. Peel that off. Just right against that line. Give it a push. Open it up. And here we go. Yeah, that's that. Cool. I really like that. Perfect. Now let's see if this is dry, so we can apply some magnets too on here. I think that's dry. Now I really want this to be stay put, so I'm trying to use 2 magnets. Okay, let's grab some. Piece. Okay, let's peel that off. Right here. Now what we want is, let's stay this put. Let's put it all the way, and then we pushing it down, and then put some tape on it, of course. And that's it. Ta-da! Oh, I hope it stays there. Okay, let's see. Does it stay there? I hope it does, otherwise I need to be just a little lower, but I think it does. I think it does. Otherwise, just to be sure, so it can wiggle a little. Wiggle it just a little bit. What am I doing? Just to be sure that this can wiggle just a little. Flip this over. Go. Oh my gosh. Really? Flip it over, use some tape, and put it right here. So I think now I use, oh yeah, so it can wiggle a little, so that always has a magnet somewhere. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, and then it's just a way of covering up. I already thought that I had some picture on it, but can't find it anymore. But we'll cover that up, and then I'll get back to you in a second. Phew! Okay, that was a long take. I'll get back to you in 1 second. Stay tuned.